Where do I even start with this? There's a lot of different reasons, but most of them are like my family. When I was younger, like my uncle he would be too lazy to get up and get a beer basically, and he would make me go get it. Type shit, and I'd be like 6. And it was like every time, to the point where I literally nicknamed it his name. It was like Uncle, I'm gonna bleep it out, but like Uncle Juice. It was beer. Literally Coors Light. Yeah, Uncle Juice. And I still, to this day, don't understand morally how you can actually like have a child go and get you alcohol, and like to the point where it's nicknamed, like, especially after like a lot of like trauma that you've been through with alcohol. I still don't understand. I don't understand it. Yeah, that was like the very start. And then like over my life, apparently my dad and like apparently like my parents really didn't like drink a lot before me. I think my mom did, but like apparently my dad didn't. And then he would like blame his drinking on me all the time. He was like serious. It wasn't, because like at first it like kind of started out as like a joke and shit, but like over time it was just not one. Obviously, everyone in my family being an alcoholic and dying super early from it. I made a video how I got sober like before on my old channel. A lot's happened since then of like why I still try and like stay as sober as I can. Obviously, like I smoke and everything, but that's it. I don't drink really. Like I think I've drank like 3 times in the past like 2 years or something like that. And the 3 years sober in the thumbnail is basically, it's from like hard drugs. The last hard drug I've done was gabapentin, and it was in September of 2020. I mean, I'm coming up on 3 years. I'm at 2 years and 11 months if you guys count it. I really think that like counting the amount of time super like intricately of how long you've been sober, it like in the first probably like 30 days I think you should do that, but like after that I really think that it's really just like maintaining the lifestyle that you have outside of doing drugs entirely, instead of just like living in not doing drugs every day. Like you have to live in like living life essentially. I don't know how to like really word that properly, but like you gotta just be in the moment and like not really think about that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot's happened in the last like year. Like another one of my family members passed from alcohol. This one was like a lot closer to, like it was literally my stepdad. It was almost out of the blue, it seemed, because like he was okay like probably like a week and a half before everything happened, and then just all of a sudden he like just went haywire and got like brain poisoning and just straight up like went into like a coma and like just, yeah. As he was doing it, I didn't know he was doing it, and as he was doing it, he was like going to his room with like bottles and shit, you know, and just like my grandpa died from it too. Just a lot of my family has literally died strictly from alcohol, which is why I stay away as much as I can from that one too. It's not really hard to stay away from hard drugs as much, just because like sure you like sometimes will think about it, but like it's not to the point where you're like fiending or anything like that. Right now I'm like broke, but like even if I had the money to go and like get it, I really wouldn't, because like I have like a lot of other shit I need to be spending my money on, but I also have like, I wanted to take YouTube seriously, and in doing that I've realized I'm impacting a lot more people than I thought I was with just getting my story out there and everything. And I realized I gotta take care of myself in like every sense of the word, or every sense of like the phrase, I guess. That includes addiction. I know a lot of people say that smoking weed isn't good for that, but honestly it really is. Weed's like pretty much the only thing that like helps, aside from like microdosing and taking regular shroom complexes. Regular meds did not help at all. Like those were actually really bad for me. I even stay away from those. Like the literal last drug that I did was gabapentin, and that was prescribed to me, and I got like super fucking addicted to it, so I stay away from it. How I stay sober though is kind of like a different thing. I have to have like a morning routine really. Lately it's been pretty bad, and I've actually been feeling like I've been feeling the want to like, even I quit vaping like a year ago. I I still like every time that like I'm really stressed and I'll walk by someone smoking a cigarette, if I'm like that type of stress, which I have been in the last like 3 weeks, it'll actually smell good, which normally like that will make me want to fucking yak. Like I would normally hate the smell of cigarettes, but for some reason I've just been fucking stressed. But like I have to have a morning routine, and that includes getting fucking stoned. Like that's one of the main things, that not getting stoned, but like one of the main things you have to include in your morning routine, mandatory, is stuff that you actually like to do. Like it's not supposed to just be fucking chores, because like you're never gonna want to wake up early, you're never gonna want to do anything like that, because like it's just not gonna be, you're not gonna have an incentive. There's nothing fun in it. So like for me, it's literally just getting up, getting stoned, and for like 20 minutes hanging out with my girlfriend and our animals, and then just doing whatever I gotta do. Because like at that point, it's more of a like, instead of you're like doing chores, you're just getting the house ready for the day, and then you're getting everything that you need to do done, and then you can chill at the end of the day if you have time to, obviously. Lately I've been really trying to like grind YouTube, but like you gotta just, that's like one of the key things, is that morning routine. Because like the more that like every day becomes a routine in bettering yourself instead of fucking like self-sabotage, it just becomes a snowball, and you get further and further away from it, to the point where you can literally like sit on the idea of doing your DOC and you're fucking fine. At least in my experience. I don't know if like that's for everybody. My DOC was Xanax, which is weird because nowadays I don't like drinking, or I don't like anything like that. Like I get really depressed on it. So like that morning routine is what basically is keeping me in check. Another big part of staying sober is maintaining your actual eating habits, because a lot of the problem with wanting to get high is basically that like your brain is not getting any of like the dopamine or like any of the brain juices that it needs. And the thing is that if you actually eat the right things, you can feel that way pretty much normally. Like obviously there's a big difference in feeling normal versus being on a fucking 30 milligram instant Adderall. It's really nice not feeling like shit to the point where I'm like fiending for getting fucked up literally all the time. So that's how I got and stay sober. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell, go listen to my new albums and my new single, all that shit. I might be coming out with some shit relatively soon, not like crazy soon. This is like a bigger project, so I really hope you guys enjoy. Peace out.